Hello to all my dear students. Welcome again to the online video class of computers. I'm Meenakshi Kothiyal, your computer teacher. So children, in our previous video, we have started our chapter number 7, that is algorithms and flowchart. And this chapter is on your page number 124. Okay. So children, we have already discussed about the algorithm. What is an algorithm, children? It is a sequence of steps written systematically in simple English language. If you want to perform any task, first you have to analyze that task. First you have to understand how you could do it. Okay. So, the sequence of steps written systematically in simple English language is known as algorithm. We continue with the next topic, that is flowchart, and it is given on page number 128 in your book. Okay. So children, what is a flowchart? A flowchart is a pictorial representation of an algorithm. It uses boxes of different shapes to represent the instructions. Now children, algorithms are simply the steps written in English language, but a flowchart is the pictorial representation of algorithm. See, like this. Here. See, this is example. Here the steps are written, start, then steps are written, okay. But these steps are kept inside a shape, inside a box of different shapes, okay. So, when we put these instructions inside the boxes of different shapes, or we represent them in a pictorial way, then it is termed as flow chart, okay. Now, if the different boxes have different meanings. Why do we use different boxes? Because they represent different type of instructions, okay. Here are the different symbols used in flowchart. Whenever I ask you to make a flowchart of any algorithm, then you have to use few symbols, okay. Now let us understand about those symbols one by one. So the first symbol is terminal box. First symbol is terminal box. Now, why do we use terminal box? We use this box to indicate the beginning and ending of any program, okay, of the steps. And this terminal box is represented with an oval shape, okay. This start and stop box. Beginning is from start and ending is from the stop box, okay. So, this is the terminal box, and this box is in the shape of an oval. Next is process box. This box is denoted with the help of a rectangular box, okay, and this is used for processing like assigning values or multiplication, addition, subtraction, or any processing is to be done, that is done in the rectangular box, which is known as process box. The next box, that is input output box. This is used to take input and display output of a program. Whenever we want to take any data, or we want to display the result, then we use this this input output box, and this box is represented with the help of a parallelogram box, okay. This is the kind of a parallelogram, okay. Next is flow lines. These lines are used to show the flow of logic in flow chart, okay. Also, these lines are used to connect the different symbols of a flow chart, okay. The steps according to which the instructions are written in these boxes, these boxes are connected with the help of these flow lines, okay. So now I'll give you some examples, and I'll show you that how these different symbols are used in a flow chart. So children, here I've given you an example. Flow chart to convert length of road from kilometers to meters. Here what you have to do, you have to take the value in kilometer, and then you have to convert that value in meters, okay. As these questions you have done in maths also, so this is a mathematical question in which you have to use your logic. Now how will you use it? First you will write down the algorithm for this. What would be that algorithm? First step should be start. Second step should be accept the length in kilometers. You would take the value in kilometers. Then you will multiply the length by 1000. Obviously, 1 kilometer is equals to how many meters? 1000 meters. Okay. So, if you want to convert any value from kilometer to meter, you have to multiply it with 1000. So the next step would be multiply the length by 1000. Got it? Now what should be the next step? When you multiply the length by 1000, the answer will come. Then you will display the length in meters. That value should convert it into meters. And then at last you have to stop it. The execution of a program is end. Now children, that same, see, if the same algorithm, the same step should be, we can write in the form of flowchart also with the help of these, with the help of the different symbols I have used here. Okay, so at first step should be start. So that start is the beginning. So that should be written inside the terminal box, and this box is oval in shape. Okay children, so you have to make an oval shape and then you have to write down start. The first step is start. Now second step is accept the length in kilometers. Now children, this instruction is written inside the input output box. This is an input output box which is parallelogram in shape. Okay, now why it is written inside input output box? Because here we are accepting the value. Okay, suppose I am giving you that please convert 5 kilometer into meters. Okay, so I am giving you this value 5 kilometers. So here you are accepting the length in kilometers. So this task, this instruction should be written inside the input output box. Okay, now what should be the next step? You have value is given to you. Now what would you do? You know that 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. So 5 kilometers is equals to what? You will multiply 5 by with 1000. Then it comes 5000 meters. Okay children. So now here processing is done. This whole is known as processing. This whole is known as processing. This processing is done inside this box. So this is a process box. Okay children, all the evaluation, all the implementation is doing inside this box. So this task, this instruction is written inside the rectangular box that is known as process box. Okay children. Now next, after that, when processing is done, display the length in meters. Now you will get you have got the answer. Now you will display that answer in meters. So again, input output box. Here you are accepting the value, means you are intaking, you are input the values. So that should be written inside the input output box. Also, this box, input output box, is used to display the result also. So here in this statement, this instruction, we are displaying the result. So that is also written inside the input output box, that is parallelogram in shape. So that is why I have used this parallelogram box to display the answer, to display the result. Why? Because this box is known as the name is itself suggests that it is an input output box. You are accepting the value and you are displaying the value. The both instructions will come inside input output box, which is parallelogram in shape. Okay children, now the processing is done, this task is done. Now we'll use that again. Now end is come. Now you will use this keyword stop and you will write this keyword inside terminal box, that is oval in shape. Got it children? So this is a terminal box, this is input output box, and this is processing box. Okay, so now you know how you use this flowchart, how you make a flowchart. So here we are using different shapes, shapes to denote the instruction, to denote the execution of a program. So that is why flowchart is called pictorial representation of an algorithm. If I ask you to write down these steps in an algorithm, if I ask you to write down algorithm to convert length of road from kilometers to meters, what you will do? First you will write down step 1 and then start. Then step 2, accept the length in kilometers. Then step 3, multiply the length by 1000. Then step 4, display the length in meters. And step 5, stop. So that is how algorithm is written in simple English language. But here we have to use different symbols and we have to take care where we use where the values are intaking, where the values are displaying, and where the processing is done. So you have to take care, that where the instruction should be kept inside the input output box, or where you have to put the instruction inside the processing box, where the processing is done, where the taking or intaking of values, output displaying of values is done. So you have to take care while doing the flowchart. You have to take care of the symbols. So that is why it is called pictorial representation of instructions. Let us take another example of flowchart for calculating area of rectangle. Now children, you all must know that what is a rectangle, which are having two opposite sides are equal. This and this side is equal, and this and this side is equal. Okay, so this part is known as the length, and this side is known as the breadth. Okay, now what is the formula of area of rectangle? How do you find the area of rectangle? The formula of finding area of rectangle is length into breadth. So this is the formula of finding the area of rectangle. So now children, now we know that how do we what task we have to perform. We have to calculate the area of rectangle. Now for this we would require two values. What are those values? We would require length and we would require breadth. Okay, so how will you perform this how will you write down the steps? First you will start it. Okay, then what should be the next step? You would accept the length. What should be the next step? You would accept the breadth. Okay, length and breadth, two values you must have taken. Now after that, what you have to do? Length is there, breadth is there. Now what you have to do? You have to multiply them for calculating the area. So what process should be done? You will multiply length and breadth. This should be the next step. Now done. After this, what you will do? You will display the area of rectangle. Done? Okay. Now after this, what we are done with the steps. Now at last you would stop it. Now children, tell me, how would you use different symbols? This is the beginning of the statement, so you would use terminal box. This is a terminal box that is oval in shape. Okay, now then you will draw this flow line. After this, next step should be performed, so we will use this flow line. It shows the execution of a program. Okay, now the next step is accept the length. You will accept the length of the rectangle. So you are taking the values over here. So which symbol you would use? Yes children, you would use input output box, and that input output box is represented with the help of parallelogram. Okay, so here you will draw the parallelogram box because here you are intaking the values, means the computer is taking input. Next, again this statement is done. Now the next flow of execution, we will display it with the help of this flow line. Okay, next again you are taking the breadth. Again computer is the computer is accepting the data in the form of breadth. Okay, so again input is taking place, so we will use this parallelogram box to show this instruction in flowchart. Okay, now next what you have done? Suppose length we have taken 2 centimeter and breadth we have taken 1 centimeter. This is the length and this is the breadth. Okay, these two values we have put inside the computer. Now what is the next process? How you can take the rectangle? For this you must know the formula. You have to multiply both of them, multiply the length and breadth. So that is the processing is done. So that this instruction should be written inside the process box, and that process box is in the shape of rectangle. Okay, children. So now here we will multiply 2 with 1. 2 ones are 2 centimeter square. Okay, children. So the answer, we have multiplied the length and breadth. Now result has come 2 centimeters square. Now we will display again, draw the flow line, and then we are displaying, we are giving the output. The computer is giving the output. So that is also written, that instruction is also written in parallelogram shape, input output box, because it is represented with the help of a parallelogram shape. Okay, children. This is how. Okay. Excuse me. Now we are done with the execution. We have got the answer in 2 centimeters square. The computer has shown the result. So after this, execution is terminated. So again, we will use this keyword stop, and we will write this step inside the terminal box, which is oval in shape. So this is how an algorithm, a simple algorithm, is changed into a flowchart with the help of these symbols. So children, now you all must have know that how we use flowchart and algorithm. So there is a difference between both of them. Algorithm is a sequence of steps written in simple English language. This is also a sequence of steps written in simple English language, but it uses different symbols. Okay, and that steps, that instruction should be written inside the particular shape, which is having different meanings also. Got it, children? So this is now for today. You have to go through the examples which are given in your book from page number 130 till 131. Okay, so read out the examples, go through the video, watch it very properly, and solve the questions which will be given to you in your assignment. Got it, children? So this is now for today. We are done with this chapter. In the next video, I'll be continuing with the exercises questions. We'll solve them, and so children, we'll be meeting soon in the next video. Till then, stay safe and stay home. Thank you.